day 460. So today was my first day of fasting for an 8-day round. Remember, I'm doing longer fasting rounds and shorter eating rounds, but ultimately, I'm letting my body get to the point where it's back to normal consuming food. And this was actually a good scenario of that, right? I weighed in at 217 on yesterday, and then this morning I weighed in at 216.8. So clearly I had leveled out. I mean, I ate as I normally would. I mean, I had a pizza yesterday and I had tacos. Granted, it's homemade pizza, right? So it's a smaller size and all that type of stuff. But either way, I weighed in at under 220, which was definitely what I wanted. I wanted under 218, which I got. So I lost 4.4 pounds based on the last high point round and this high point round, right? Which is good. That means that I'm not only on track, but that, I was estimating not necessarily just based on the weight that I'd lost, right? So I knew I could lose a pound or two on average on a regular fast by removing an eating day and adding a fasting day. I should have, at least 2 or 3 pounds from that. So I ended up with about 4.4 pounds. And so I'm well on my way to getting that loss that I need to hit the 181 by July 5. So, right, so like this round, if I meet kind of the averages that I've been doing, I should lose well over 20 pounds during the fasting round, which should put me, the ideal would be under 195. We'll see what happens. Ultimately, the first couple days, right, I lose a high number of pounds, usually between like 6 and 8. And then once I start leveling out after day 3 or 4, I then have to start pushing to lose more than a pound a day. So that's where, really that incremental difference, that is ultimately, that net incremental difference is what is getting me to the loss. Because I would love to, average out. I'd love to be able to just kind of, be at the weight that I want to be at, right? But I have to get there. I can't just not do the steps that I'm doing. But regardless, I mean, I'll probably still end up fasting after this on a fairly regular basis because it's what works for me, right? Once you find something that works, you stick with it. You don't say, okay, this worked for a while. Now I'm going to go back to eating 3 meals a day and gain a bunch of weight back, right? No, I will, build a fasting plan that is, more long-term, that kind of levels out. And I'll want to keep up my physical activity because ultimately that's what's going to help me tighten my skin and get me to a place where I want to be body-wise and active-wise, right? Like I want to be able to do those things. I want to be happy while doing those things. And that's kind of, that's the initial push of why all of this happened. So being able to be out on my skis all day and not have, I mean, my feet will hurt because I'm not used to the movement, but like to not have the like tiredness that comes from not having the endurance, not having the buildup. So either way, I am going to go to bed, be happy with my numbers, and we'll see what the weigh-in is for tomorrow.